Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Metra AV Tech Tips Solutions. Of course, this is the Friday show at 3 p.m. I'm Adam, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the SPYP-XVR kits. There's actually two of them. We also have other NVR kits and wireless NVR kits as well, but today we're talking about the XVR kit because this last Wednesday, Brent and I were talking about the differences between AHD, CVI, TVI, and CVBS. And so we wanted to go ahead and talk this Friday, or today actually, about our XVR kits and what they're capable of and where you would use them. And so without getting too much into the idea of what XVRs versus PoE NVRs or anything else like that, I'm just going to go into the details of what this XVR is capable of doing and also what we have available for you. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and take a look at this here. So what we have, and I'm actually going to give myself a top-down shot while we're looking at this here. Okay, so with our XVR, we have two options. We have an 8-channel and a 4-channel kit as well. Of course, what I have here with me today is the 8-channel kit. So you'll see here on the back of it, we've got 8 BNC ports. We also have an HDMI out for video, a network connection so that you can stream this unit to a mobile device, whether it be a cell phone or a tablet. We also have SPYClopspro.com in order to view this system remotely on a Windows-based PC. It works really well. It's a really easy way to kind of view those cameras. Now, one of the really special things about this XVR is that it's, the reason that we call it an XVR really is because not only does it do the analog cameras that come with it, well, like this one here, it also will take IP cameras as well. So it's a hybrid unit. It's kind of where the X comes in for it. It can do two different ways for that. But that holds true on both the 8-channel kit and the 4-channel kit. Now, in the 8-channel kit and the 4-channel kit, what comes with that, of course, are either 8 or 4 of the 5-megapixel analog cameras. All of the wiring that's necessary to get those hooked up. So if it's 4 of those cameras or 8 of those cameras, it comes with what you need for those as well. Really great for that. All the power cords and everything else that you would need for it as well. A USB mouse in order to navigate the on-screen interface. It also comes with a pre-installed hard drive, and it supports up to 8 terabytes on the 8-channel. And of course, the cameras are 5 megapixel. The power cable the video and power cable that comes with it is an 18 meter or 58.5 feet BNC. 12-volt power supply with a 5-splitter cable or a 9-splitter cable. And of course, the quick install guide also comes with it as well. The cameras themselves, it's a 3.6 millimeter fixed lens, so there is no zooming in and out that needed for it. There is or focusing on it as well. And then, of course, also the recording resolutions of what it's capable of. So if you have 8 analog cameras, it's going to be able to handle 8 megapixel light, which is really cool because 8 megapixel light, it's basically a 4K image. And then of course the 5 megapixel, which is just the native resolution of those cameras. It can handle 8 of those at 12 frames per second. And then of course you can also change this to where it will take IP cameras as well. Now, one interesting thing with this is that the IP for every 1 analog channel, that's 2 IP cameras. So for instance, if you have 8 channels of analog, but you want to add an IP camera to it, you can. You're only going to be able to add, I believe at that point, double check myself here. And I don't have that information. But what you can do is, if you need more IP channels on this, if you take away one of the analog channels, that gives you 2 IP channels to work with on that as well. And it can handle all the way up to an 8 megapixel resolution from those IP cameras. So where would we use this? This is a piece that's kind of interesting because for a lot of people, everyone's going to say, well, I want to use IP cameras. But in a lot of situations, there's already coax ran to that location, so it's really difficult to run a new category wire. So instead, you can use this analog system, upgrade your cameras, get an 8 megapixel light or 5 megapixel resolution on that same wire that's already there, so you get a better picture to begin with. And the nice thing is that it's a kit. It's one SKU that you have to purchase and get it all set up with that. Plus, of course, you get our SPYClops Pro service where you can watch all of that on your mobile device, whether it be an iPhone, Android, iPad, or Android tablet. And of course, if you have a Windows-based PC, you can view it on SPYClopspro.com as well. And so you can take a look at those cameras remotely. This system also supports H.264 and H.265. Now with H.264 and H.265, that gives you better storage capabilities. So if you are in, when you are recording on this with H.264 and then you switch up to H.265, you are increasing the amount of time that you have to actually record on that system. So I would see using this system where maybe you're not familiar with doing networking for like an IP camera based system. Instead, you can have this set up on an analog system, and you just have to plug it into the internet service in order to view it remotely. Or at that point, if you have a client that already has analog cameras in place and they just want to do an upgrade, and maybe they want to add an IP camera somewhere else onto the system, this is a perfect solution for that. So as always, if you have questions about whatever it is that we're talking about today, which of course is the SPYP-XVR8KIT5 Pro 8-channel and 4-channel XVR kit, please leave it over in the chat section over there, or you can leave it down in the comment section below afterwards. And then also, let me know if there's anything else that you would like to know about when it comes to products like this. You can reach out to your representative for your area or a distributor that carries our products and find out availability and pricing, and I definitely recommend that you do so with that. So this is a really quick episode. There's not really a whole lot to go over on that one, so I just want to get this out there to you so you know that we have this as an available item. And so with that, guys, thank you so much for checking in with today's episode. I'm Adam with Metra AV Tech Tips, and we'll see you next time.